The most unusual events happen where they are least expected. The world is full of moments capable of surprising even those who are sure they have already seen everything. In our new episode, you will see incredible moments that will remain in the memory of eyewitnesses forever. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss new, interesting episodes.
Oh my gosh.
A winged guest made this touching moment truly special.
Hello?
A beach in Wales looks as if an invisible river is flowing across it, but it's not water, it's the wind lifting a thin layer of sand and making it move in a continuous stream. Skating on frozen lakes is certainly exciting, but there is always a risk of falling through the ice. The elements are mesmerizing, especially when you observe them from a safe place. The organizers planned a spectacular start, but the participants decided to make it truly massive. Now the main task is to find a free space to gain speed. Nature needs neither decorations nor filters. Frost, sun, and the perfect moment are enough. Shelf clouds may look mesmerizing, but they are the ones that most often bring sudden storms. Winter is capable of creating something truly incredible. The branches are literally encased in icy armor.
Wow.
A huge meteor flies over the Earth, illuminating everything around and leaving a long, glowing trail.
That is a giant shooting star. Wow.
In this moment, there is no struggle with the elements, only complete unity with them.
Oh, look at that. There's this you or something.
Whoa, that
Drop your jig. Oh, shoot. What the heck is this? Oh, whales.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
This is not a wave and not a current. It's a reminder that truly large inhabitants are hidden beneath the surface.
Oh, that was crazy.
Along the slope, dozens of colored columns of smoke simultaneously rise into the sky, turning an ordinary landscape into a giant rainbow canvas. As if lightning froze among the branches, but this time it was not created by the elements, but by someone's bold idea. When sunlight hits at the right angle, an ordinary fountain suddenly bursts into all the colors of the rainbow. An incredible winter landscape looks almost motionless until the surface suddenly begins to crack into dozens of ice floes. From above, it looks almost calm and even beautiful, until you realize how many predators are moving just beneath the surface of the water.
Golly, look at all of them.
What an incredible footage! We always strive to choose the best content for you.
On February 11, 2026, a rocket successfully landed on the surface of the ocean. Apparently, this passenger decided to set off without an invitation and without a ticket. How do you keep sight of the road when a swarm of locusts attacks from all sides? A gust of wind lifts snow from the surface, and within seconds, a calm slope disappears into a dense, snowy veil. Avalanches leave no time for reflection. When a mass of snow rushes down, the only right decision is to get out of its way as quickly as possible.
Nico! Three, two, one, ready. Oh. Okay.
Maramureş is considered one of the most picturesque regions of Romania. Even an ordinary ice drift here turns into a true natural show. Under your feet is an abyss, before your eyes, a wall of ice. In such conditions, fear becomes part of the route, and concentration is the only support. One moment, and a fallen tree blocks the path, making it impossible to continue the route. For most, it's just a log on the bottom. For him, a task that needs to be solved. Where others need a second chance, one maneuver is enough for him.
It was so cool! It's hard to comprehend how this is even possible.
Dolphins love to accompany boats and ships. They catch the wave at the bow and literally slide along it like surfers. Frost literally binds the movement of water, creating sharp, needle-like ice formations. Having accurately assessed the situation and confidently taking hold of the saw, he cut through the obstacle and literally reopened the path. The beginning of 2026 in Japan turned out to be so cold that trains arrived at stations already covered in an icy shell. They have long disappeared from cities, but where darkness is still real, the night suddenly begins to breathe with lights.
Right in the center. Ready? Get it! Woo, guys, yeah!
Methane accumulated under the ice, break the surface and bring a flame, and fire ignites right on the frozen lake.
Woo, guys, yeah! Big one.
An ordinary touch, and instead of the cold of metal, you feel a discharge. Nature here draws as if designing a microchip. Due to a rare optical phenomenon, a fata morgana, distant objects seem to rise above the horizon, creating the illusion of a floating ship. Even in cities where skyscrapers have long become part of the familiar landscape, nature still finds a way to remind of itself. In Patagonia, nature makes no concessions. One gust of wind, and people are already struggling to keep their balance. The most unusual creatures can sometimes be found where you least expect to see them. A second, and years of tension end in a powerful fall that literally explodes the water at the pier. In Patagonia, the wind is not just part of the landscape, it is a force that tests everyone for strength. The Christmas tree decided to become the main event of the evening, though not quite in the way it was intended. In mountaineering, even a brief loss of concentration can cost too much.
It's okay. It's okay.
Attack!
Divers were expecting tiger sharks, but instead encountered one of the largest great white sharks on the planet. Thousands of starlings move as one, turning the sky into a living wave. A rare moment where a person finds themselves right in the center of an amazing phenomenon. Several spiders, and the entire space of the terrarium disappears under a layer of web. It's enough to take a closer look, and many people feel a quite noticeable sense of disgust. The Amphisbaenia is a master of deception. While the enemy is left guessing where its head is, it disappears without a trace.
And how do you like such a twist? To be honest, I can't do without your comments here.
When such a creature emerges from the water, it is easy to believe in sea legends. But this is not a myth. It's an oarfish, a mysterious guest from the ocean depths. Nature knows how to deceive. Dozens of caterpillars move as if they were a single living creature. This is not a piece of debris on the water, it's thousands of ants banding together into a living raft to survive a flood. This beach is truly full of life, and it's not about parties or volleyball. Perfectly smooth ice turns the lake into a giant mirror. However, skating here involves risk. The thickness of the ice is not always predictable.
Åh! Å, fy fader, det er helt sykt. What the hell?
When such a crowd gathers in one place, you immediately want to understand, what's it all for? Severe cold and gale force winds turned a house on the lakeshore into a real ice fortress. The waves rose so high that the ice crust reached even the third floor. Some people just read books, others create a portal to another world out of them. This viscous liquid looks like slime, but its purpose is far more serious. Such mixtures are used in drilling to reduce friction, block water, and make the work safer and more precise. Sometimes one person becomes the best motivation for everyone who still doubts their abilities. At first glance, an ordinary shower and wet sand, but take a step and the surface begins to spring, as if there were a trampoline created by nature itself.
To be honest, I'm speechless after witnessing it. What about you?
Octopuses are known for their intelligence. Sometimes their curiosity is stronger than caution, and then even a human can become the object of their exploration. Sometimes a love for nature leads to the most unusual architectural solutions. Instead of removing the tree, the homeowners decided to preserve it by literally integrating it into the structure of the building. Usually, snow is soft and pliable, but in the cold, it turns almost into stone. Step by step, tail by tail, perfect order without a single word. Mountain goats are known for their incredible abilities. Where others see a wall, they see a path. Off the coast of Costa Rica, the ocean seems to come alive, offering a rare opportunity to witness the journey of marine inhabitants. The perfect place for games has been found. Today, a serious competition unfolds for the catch, and the winner here is already predetermined.
If you haven't liked this episode yet, now is the best time to do it.
Judging by her body position, any surprises right now would be highly unwelcome. A large-scale fire in Shandong broke out suddenly and quickly got out of control. What initially seemed like a local blaze turned into a serious disaster. Thousands of fish merge into a single movement, creating a living wave in the middle of the ocean. It is hard to believe that such a huge creature can move so gracefully. Not just beautiful, but also practical, and the viewers froze. The human body definitely didn't agree to that. It is commonly believed that giants are not characterized by lightness, but humpback whales disprove this every time they leap above the surface and crash back down, cutting through the ocean with a cascade of water. The ocean loves silence, and once the peace is disturbed, everything around instantly comes into motion. However, the main question remains open. Is it a real find, or just a convincingly staged scene? It was enough to open the van, and hundreds of wings rushed into the sky. Freedom sometimes begins with a single click of a lock. Judging by everything, the thought process is running at full speed. No matter how different people may be, they are still able to find common ground and support each other in the most unexpected moments. When it comes to mountains, delay can cost too much. That is why sometimes avalanches are triggered first. Why crawl on the ground when you can take a position with a much better view? And while some girls are full of confidence, sometimes the results of their efforts raise more questions than admiration. The shore cannot withstand the pressure of the water, the soil is eroded, and an entire layer of land gradually collapses into the water. This is a clear example of how quickly a shoreline can change. So clean and flawless as if carved from glass, but as soon as you pick it up, the ideal crumbles into fragments.
There are things that are absolutely impossible to believe, and how could this even happen?
Frost turned an ordinary toilet into an icy exhibit. Before us is one of the most active volcanoes on the planet. In Hawaii, eruptions are not rare, but part of the rhythm of the Earth itself. No one understood whether it was a show or a utility accident, but everyone got free water procedures. The residential complex is built right in the middle of the sea. The houses are installed on powerful supports anchored to a rocky foundation, and water surrounds them on all sides, turning the entire space into a single artificial island. Mountains seem motionless, but the snow on their slopes lives its own life. As soon as a predator approaches the school, the surface turns into a pulsating, living wave.
Go, Will.
A frozen lake seems motionless, but power is hidden beneath the ice. One impulse is enough, and the surface literally explodes. Work at sea is rarely calm. Even experienced sailors know the ocean respects only those who are prepared for its power and unpredictability. They got a good dose of adrenaline and a refreshing chill, but staying upright on the slope? That's no easy task. Magnificent rays do not just swim, they seem to glide through the ocean, smoothly waving their huge wing-like fins. This is not a mysterious spot on the surface of the water, it is a complex, perfectly honed process of collective hunting. The trip will certainly be remembered for a long time, especially by the one who will have to wash the car afterward. Here the water does not roar, it slowly advances, pushing the ice toward the shore. In the modern world, people increasingly talk about accepting individuals with all kinds of appearances, and yet sometimes there are looks that go so far beyond the usual that they involuntarily make you stop and take a closer look.
And our episode has come to an end, and we hope that you enjoyed watching this video. We look forward to your questions and comments. Thank you for always being with us.